Yes, well, here we are again with the Platinum Endurance Championship, 6 hours of Spa-Francorchamps. It's still Austin Sim Racers Blue in the lead. You have to wait a minute to get everything up to speed again after the quick PC restart, of course. But here we are then. Sorry for all the convenience here, but we really try our best to make this as good as possible. Rapid E-Racing team currently in second. Rapid E-Racing team purple. Behind that, Platinum Racing team blue. They are catching the team purple car. Vincent Assam's in that car. He is really consistent. It's still Astro Racing in the lead of the GTE field as well. G-Sync will get settled after just a few seconds. So please be patient, everyone. Thank you for joining in again. If you are here. The gap has grown a little bit again between Team Slow Pace and Astro Racing. Now it's 20.1 seconds. That is only an increase of around 2 seconds. I think that's even less. But I think we have fixed it now. So this is good. Do not exactly know what that was, but it happens. Field Racing is still at the front of the GT3 field. There is a big battle ongoing. ERC powered by FSP TV Rijnland. This is an AM team, remember. They are currently only 4/10 back from Austin Sim Racers Orange, and looking to improve again. Give you the hourly update in just a little bit of time. Of course, we have new things happening, new things have happened as well. So if you guys stick with me, I'll give you the hourly update in just a minute time. I'll give everyone the chance to get over to this live stream, get into the live stream as well again. Before I start my hourly update. It's going far past the hour every time, but every time something comes in between it. Is it a fight or is it something else? No, trying to go around the outside. This car really needs to watch out, because this is not their fight really to fight. But if they're losing time, they of course want to get past. Williams Racing Team Green, they are so close onto the back of TR Motorsports. Let's look if it really is fixed now. Yes, it really is fixed. Here we have Justin Nair. In that Williams Racing Team Green car. Everything is working now again. Thank you guys for sticking with us. You guys are absolutely amazing. 10 of you already here. If you want to share it in the Discord, if you're one of the drivers, of course, make sure to do that as well to help us, of course, get this stream out there as well. At the front of the field, Fields Academy Motorsports. Just behind. Oh, as the car goes wide there, almost get hit by that. Austrian Sim Racers Orange just ahead now of ERC Powered. Looks like they've overtaken them and now are driving away. Very clean by them as well. Well, guys, let's go then with the hourly update. We have Austrian Sim Racers Blue in the lead of the race at the moment. Just ahead of Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue. They are on a alternative strategy, but they are very fast with Vincent Ossems in that car. Winston Eckel did the first two stints. Then Barry Oosterveer came in. He did the third and fourth stint, and now Vincent Ossems is doing the fifth and the sixth stints. And the sixth stint, of course. Barry Oosterveer, a very fast driver as well, but he's one of the slower drivers in that team. Vincent Ossems and Winston Eckel are pretty much almost the same pace, but I would say that Vincent is just a little bit more of a consistent driver in that car. Maybe if Winston is in the live stream now, he wants to come in and tell us some more about the race. That would be nice as well. Don't know if he's in here though. But the hourly update, Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue in second position, then in third. And just outside, or just on the podium, is Sam Bentham for Delta Motorsports. Then we have Kuruma Motorsports just outside of the podium. Odgar Cross in that car at the moment. They are doing very well as well, of course. Then GTE, we have Astro Racing in the lead of that category. Team slow pace, 24.4 seconds behind that. The gaps are starting to appear now between all the cars. Team slow pace, of course, they were ahead of them at the beginning of the second hour, and they lost a lot during the second hour and the third as well. Oh, a tight moment there for race leaders there. Austrian Sim Racing Blue coming through there in that, or Austrian Sim Racers red car coming through the traffic there. Orion race team Pack GTE, they are currently in third position. They are 60 or 46 seconds behind the leader and 21 seconds behind Team Slow Pace. Then the leader in the GTE Pro or the GTE AM category is still that Crips Racing car. Very good to see them in the lead still. They have been really consistent. They have been eking out that lead on the second placed AM car, which is at the moment the Eibach Sim Racing Team 1. That beautiful red livery. Oh, a tight moment there with the Z Challenger Goliath Racing LMP2 car. But they got through as well. Then to P3. There it is a big gap as well. PM Esports, they have been lapped by the GTE AM leader as well, and the second place in GTE AM. They are currently third and one of the last in the row of the GTE cars, and they really have struggled this race with some of their pace. But Iwan Bremers is at the moment doing good for that team. Well then, in GT3 Pro, we have Fields Academy Motorsports in the lead. On the overall place, they're also in the lead as well. Austrian Sim Racers Orange, they are in second after a long fight. They have been slowly eking up the ladder. They were in the beginning of the race, they were down in 5th or 6th position, and they've been slowly eking up. They've always been there at the top of the standings in this race, and let's hope they can keep that up further on into the race as well. Then in third position overall, but leading the GT3 AM class, is Mark Hellerich in the ERC powered by FSP TV Rijland #yellow car. Wow, that is a mouthful to say, that car. But yeah, they have been slowly eking up the ladder as well. Just really taking the positions that other teams are losing. They're 3 seconds back of the P2 overall. They are a really fast team as well. And there's definitely someone to look out for. Then in the third place in GT3 Pro and fourth place overall, just outside of the podium, but 18 seconds back to the ERC powered or ETC powered by FSP2 for Rhineland #yellow car is Flavio Saturnino for the #racing GT3 car. They're in fourth. The 333 car of them is in fourth position and third in the GTE or in the GT3 Pro class. Then second in the GT3 AM class is Stage 1 Racing Junior. They have been there for quite some time as well now. And I mean, what if they stay there? That is a very good result. The gap to P1 in that class is around 30 seconds, so that is not too big after almost 3 hours of racing as well. After more than after almost 3.5 hours of racing, that is not too big as well. Some dust kicked up by that car there. Then in third position in the GT3 AM class is the TCE Virtual Motorsports 2 car. They've been there for a long while as well now, and they are looking to do what they did the rest of the race as well. They have quite a big gap to the second place car in the GT3 AM class. I think they are the real AM car class. I think the rest of them is just have been a little bit sandbagging, but ayo. They're in the GT3 AM class now. That's what you get if you divide them by AM and Pro classes, as we have now the LMP2 car from Platinum Racing Team Orange coming through there. But that was your hourly update, sponsored by Platinum Racing League and msdrops.nl. Let's look on with the Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Orange. They are in 7th place at the moment, not doing too bad at the moment. They are 49.6 seconds behind P6 Austrian Sim Racers Red. But Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue, they are at the moment in the lead, but I think Austrian Sim Racers Blue have pitted and they are going to do that now. Let's see where they come out. Yes, the BMW GTE is still driving the T3 Motorsports by Manatee car. Frank Gia is in that car, the 178. They're in 8th in that class. They've been slowly eking up in that class as well. They've just done nothing wrong in this race. They've only been lapped by P1 and P2. So they are very, very strong in this class as well. Very, very strong team that is. Just ahead of them, 18.4 seconds, is the Eibach Sim Racing Team 1 car. But if they can get a top 5 finish in that BMW, they would say to the whole competition, you are all, and sorry for my language, you're all pussies going in the fastest car on the grid. We got P5 in one of the slower cars, and we did not even try, of course, to thicken it a bit. But yes, that is a car that is going well. Still 2.5 hours to go in this race before they can say they've done it, but they are on a real good result in that BMW M4 or MAGTE car. Platinum Racing Team Blue still in the pit lane. Delta Motorsports 40. Are they going to overtake them? Is my question. No, they are not. Vincent Awesome stays in that car. And it looks like we have someone in the waiting room as well. We'll get him in here very, very soon. Well then, here he is. Michael, I don't know how to say your last name. Maybe you can help me with that?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Michael, can you explain to me, how do I say your last name?
Ditchkovsky.
Okay, so we have Michael Ditchkovsky. I hope I said that correct here in the commentary booth now. He is driving for the Orion Racing Team PEC GT3. And that car... Yes. Is currently, as we can see, they are in 6th position in that class. They are the 4th placed car in the GT3 Pro class, and they are going very strong. Well, Michael, tell us something about how your race has went thus far.
Starting well, qualifying P5, was avoiding accidents. Had the contact with LMPs. We are in P3 and then we got punted. The other guys got the drive-through and now we are driving with damage in P6, I guess.
Okay, so you have sustained some damage also after the, or you have done the repairs already, or?
No, we have not taken damage. Not that big. It's like 2-3 times per lap max. Okay. But we are down on top speed and just lost some positions.
Yeah, you're gonna do that at the next pit stop, or you're just not gonna take the repairs?
No, we are not gonna take any repairs. Only what comes down with the tires.
Okay. Well, that is sad to hear that you got punted then, because you had some real pace at the beginning stages of the race. But I think that the top in GT3, they have been so close. And in GT3, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, it has been so close in GT3 as well, all over the field. Still, after 3.5 hours, there are cars within tenths of each other.
Yeah, we are like 10 seconds
Seven
the
and a half.
leaders. Oh, we are 10 seconds when we got punted.
Oh yeah.
Now the gap increased quite a lot. I think Brian is like losing 1 second maybe every few laps, the guys ahead. But we don't give up and we'll try to survive until the end of the race, if it's possible.
Yeah, definitely. That is what endurance racing is for you there. Like Michael said, trying to survive till the end of the race, and you never know what kind of luck or bad luck comes your way. Of course, bad luck you have to fight through and you have to come back. I hope you guys had all the bad luck already with the punch you guys received. So yeah, hopefully all good luck for you now in this race.
Thank you very much. And that's a nice stream, nice commentating, enjoying it.
Thank you. Yeah, we had some issues, but that seems to have been fixed with the PC restart.
Yeah, everything looks good. Okay, is that all?
Yeah, that's
okay.
all, man. Thank you for the interview, and good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye. Well then, that is nice to hear from Michael as well. If you're a driver and you're in the stream and you're not driving at the moment, of course, feel free to pop into the waiting room, and I'll grab you and put you in the or in the commentary booth, and we'll have a nice chat about how your race is going. But this team, Platinum Racing Team, LMP2 Blue, they have been eating into the lead of Austrian Sim Racers Blue, and I think Austrian Sim Racers Red, they are quite some seconds behind this team now. They were ahead by I think almost a minute, and they have lost so much time. Of course, that time has given them the gap that they needed to not get, of course, lapped by anyone at this point. But yeah, they are very fast. But knowing that, they know they have to pace. 2.5 hours left. That is still a lot of racing to go. And a lot of things can happen to people in front of them as well, as we have Delta Motorsports fighting with the guys ahead of them, the Rapid Esports or Rapid E-Racing Team Purple. They have just been faster every lap since. Their fastest lap time is absolutely identical, but the last lap time from Delta Motorsports 40 was just a little bit slower. And we can see here, if I get the right graphic up, the lap times from each other. And nope, that is not the correct. This is the correct one. So as we can see, it is really, at the moment, the Rapid E-Racing car that has been faster than the Delta Motorsports 40 car. So they are now eking out that lead. But not by too much, actually. 1.5 seconds was the Delta Motorsports car quicker or slower this time around. But like I said multiple times now, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's surviving the race, and like we've seen with the Austrian Sim Racers Red, they were so fast, but they did not survive until the end. Wow, is it gonna happen again? No, this is just the team itself having a bad connection, of course. That can happen as well, you can disconnect. But Platinum Racing Team, they have just lost some time due to traffic as well, but they've also won some time due to traffic as well. And overall, they've just been getting faster and faster as we have 100 laps completed by our leader now. 101 laps completed if we come across the line this time round. And we can see now the pit strategy, of course, how that has played out as well. Of course, a lot of teams on some strategy things as well. And although they say that Vincent Ossem's and his Platinum team are on a different strategy, it doesn't look like it this time round, because it looks very, very similar to the laps that P1, P3 and everyone around them really have done. So really interesting to see. Platinum Racing Team LMP2 orange. Julian Manik is still in that car. Their lap time to the guys ahead of them, they have been slower by quite some margin as well. So that gap is growing very, very fast. With the traffic, of course, that is something you have to take into account. Or have they been faster? I really, really don't know at the moment. Yeah, they have been faster, I think. Julian is eating into that lead of Cross there. And I mean, we could be on for a battle here. Both Platinum Racing Team cars and ASR cars are doing very, very well in this race.
Hey Dan.
Hey Marnix, there he is again.
You're able to screen share now, you think?
I think I am. We can try at least.
Let's try it.
Righty, I'm gonna have to first get it on there. Okay, there it is. Now I should be able to screen share it with you. Let's test it.
Well, if any driver thinks he wants to have a driver interview or he wants to talk to us, feel free to join the waiting room and we have a nice conversation.
Definitely. Well,
right,
there we go, Monix.
Amazing.
I hope it'll stay clear now instead of just getting those cuts.
I think it's looking fine now. That's amazing to see actually.
Yes, Monix. Well, here he is again, our founder of PRL and proud organizer, I think, of the Platinum Endurance Championship.
For sure, yeah.
Just telling my story, how I got into this. I just asked Marnix, like, mate, can I try and commentate? I would love to commentate on some of your races in your league, since, or do you have a broadcast already? And Marnix said no, that it would be really helpful if you could help us with broadcasting the league. It would bring another level to the league again, and that is what it
meanwhile,
really has done.
Austrian Sim Racing Red going into the pit lane, seeing that now. And
Yes.
yeah, Dan, it was just amazing that you PM me. We were at the moment really looking for a commentator, and you blessed us with PMing me and having the opportunity to have some good streams now, thanks to you, of course.
Definitely. Well,
I mean, it
it
really
has been
upgraded
tough.
Platinum Racing League. Yeah.
It has been tough at times, learning all the new tips and tricks with all the new programs, but that is a part of it. And I'm definitely enjoying this race as much as I can. I'm a massive endurance fan. I also get called Mr. Endurance. So yeah, this is really a series that I'm a big fan of, and I'm very proud that I got the opportunity to commentate on this.
And I'm really proud that you're part of our team, and I'm really looking forward to the future, what that has to bring to us. And I think the future is really bright, and I'm really looking forward to working together.
Definitely.
On the meanwhile, we can see the lap times by Vincent Awesome and Klaus. It's looking that Klaus is pulling away from Platinum Racing LMP2 Blue.
Yes.
The gap is now to 20.5 seconds.
Well, that has actually closed down a bit since. Yeah, after the pit stop it was 24 seconds. So overall in the stint, like you can see, 2 seconds gained here by Vincent Awesom's. He has really eaten out of that lead since he made that pit stop.
Yeah, that's amazing to see such a pace. They've been practicing a lot. They've done over, I believe, 400 laps.
Yes.
So they've been practicing a lot on race pace and not really a lot of qualifying. So I think they started P4, and they've work their way back up. And unfortunately, let's see, Austrian Sim Racing Team Red had that chromatically crash, which caused them to fall back. But Platinum Racing Team Blue making their way back up to the field, gaining 2 positions. And actually, Austrian Sim Racing Team Blue managed to gain 9 positions.
Well, that again tells you how important qualifying is in a 6-hour race. It's not that important. The points will be given in the race as well. So, I mean, the only advantage you have from starting further to the front of the field is that if something happens in front of you, you will be more likely to avoid it. That is the only real advantage you gain by qualifying higher up the field.
Yeah.
For the rest, qualifying means absolutely nothing in a 6-hour race.
Exactly, endurance it's nothing, it's all about the race pace. You can already see it's coming down to 17.9 seconds. If Vincent is gaining and gaining and getting closer and closer, I'm really looking forward to the last 2 hours already of the race. We're 3 hours and 43 minutes already in the race.
But Marnix, you said when you last came in here that they were on an alternative strategy. I
Yeah,
can't really
correct.
see on which alternative strategy they are. They've gone 1 lap longer on the last 2 stints, but that is or on the
Not
last 3
changing
stints.
tires, not changing tires for 3 stints instead of 2. That's what I think they're doing. Not changing the tires during the pit stop for 3. So only they're doing like 3 stints and then changing the tires instead of doing 2 stints and then doing the tires.
Okay, that is
So they have fresh tires now because it's the 6th stint, I believe.
yeah. This is the 6th stint indeed. But if I'm correct, then Winston started the race. He did 2 stints, and after that, they changed to Perry Oosterveer, but they left him with Winston's old tires.
I think so, because now they're gaining a lot of time, so I guess they do have new tires, or maybe Austrian Sim Racing Blue has old tires.
Well, let's see who is in that car at the moment. The lap time history you can see here. Last lap, I'll have to do it like this. Last lap, 3.1 seconds gained by Vincent Awesams.
That's a lot.
Last 2 laps, 5.1. That is a big margin, but I think we will see it eke out a little bit. It's gonna
Yeah.
ebb and flow with the traffic a lot
Exactly,
in this
yeah.
race. And like
You
Marnix
just
said,
have to be fortunate with the traffic getting to your hand or not. It's coming down already to 17.1 seconds. I'm really curious to what it will be at the end. Will we see another fight for the lead?
I mean, after more than 3.25 hours almost, yeah, after more than 3.25 hours, the gap is 17 seconds between P1 and P2. You don't see that often.
Oh, exactly.
Someone asks how Team IRNL is doing. They are
Let's take a look
doing,
at that.
I think, great. They are at the moment, let me quickly check that, they are in 9th. They are really fighting their way back up into this battle for the GT3 class lead. Of course, they are still lapped by P1, 2 and 3, but they are 9th and they were down in 20th position after their crash with an LMP2 car at the end of the first hour.
Yeah, at the end of the Camel Straight, where an LMP2 came back out of the pit lane. I think it was Eibach Sim Racing Team 3 diving down the inside and clipped the back of the Team RNL car, which was really unfortunate. But looking at the GT3 standings, the top 3, in the 3rd place there is an AM team, not a pro team, but an AM team,
Yeah.
ERC powered by FSP, excuse me. That's amazing to see.
Yeah, they've done nothing wrong. It has really been a race where everything has gone perfect for them. Of course, they have to keep that up for two more hours. But it is a race that, until this point, has been absolutely flawless for them.
And let's take a look at Platinum Racing Team Blue. The gap has increased to 30 seconds. Did something go wrong there? Oh, and it's back at 16. That might have been a glitch or something.
I think so. Back up into 30 seconds. We can take a look. It says that nothing big has happened.
Yeah, the gap has come down to 16.4.
We have a
Getting
crash
close.
from Urs Müller. That is the 474 YS Motorsports blue car. And that he is just slow in the apex. I think that was just a case of he wanted to let him by, and then he is in a really difficult spot. Yeah, he gets out there. That is a smart decision to make, of course. Oh yeah, they are. That is not what you want to see. That is big. That is some big suspension problem. They have some big repairs. They are currently down in 17th position. Back to live pictures we go. But let me look. They are currently down in, like I said, 18th position. They are in the pits now for 5 minutes already. Here they are. That is probably some suspension damage.
That was really unfortunate.
Definitely. The leader of the GT3 class, that has been very close. But Fields Academy Motorsports, they have really build on that lead that they got in the second hour, and they've been just building on that, and finally Austrian Sim Racers Orange found their way through into P2, and they've just slowly been eating out of that lead, but not in a way fast enough that they are going to be challenging for the lead at the end of the race. But you know, more than 2 hours left, enough things can happen.
We have no incidents or reports in the last half an hour. I need to knock that off on the table, but no incidents or reports in the last half an hour, which is amazing. That means that the racing has become a bit more clean.
Yeah, of course, with the gaps opening up, you get more room for the LMPs also to pass, because I think that was the biggest source of incidents coming in. I think that's what I guess that was what the biggest source was, since I've heard drivers complain about that. But of course, that is what you get. I mean, in multi-class racing, you have to work with it, and the drivers who know how to. Oh, this is very close for Marcus Rima, our second place car. Who is in that car ahead of them? That is blue flags. That is blue flags. That is Nick Herstens in that BMW. They are in 17th position in the GT3 class. And this is losing Marcus Rima a valuable time. As we see our second placed car, Vincent Awesom's coming through again. Gap up to 28 seconds. But now that is 16. A glitch.
Yeah.
Now we know that. Oh, this is very close.
Oh.
That is the
and remember, blue flags, they need to find a way around them.
And he's going to do that now. Nick is going to let them by. That could have been done in, I think, in an earlier stage. But, you know, you have to find your way past. It's the same class. And blue flags doesn't mean that you have to let someone pass. Blue flags means that if someone goes for it, you don't fight it.
Amazing move by Marcus Rima from the Austrian Sim Racing Orange.
Well, they've been gaining on Fields Academy Motorsports, but they have lost a lot of time there to P1, as shows here. It's not that bad, a second, but I think they would have gained time because the gap was down to 42 seconds at one point in that lap. Definitely someone who I think doesn't disappoint as well is the team.
Look at maybe the Delta Motorsport. I saw that the gaps is really close for a second there. I don't know if that's a glitch with Delta Motorsport hashtag 40, the LMP2 class.
Delta Motorsports. It looks like that gap is closing though. That is only 1.7 seconds. Oh, 3 wide there, always scary to do. Even though it is on the straight.
Ahead, the purple, the Team Purple, Rapid E Racing Team Purple is there, going on the below. There he is.
I think that is the Team Purple car that is just a little bit faster, since we've seen the Rapid E Racing Team Purple car overtake the Delta Motorsports 40 car. Of course, that Rapid E Racing Team Purple car had a crash very I think at the start of the race, the first lap. They had a crash or a spin coming out of Les Combes, going into Brussels down the hill.
My favorite team closing up rapidly to Platinum Race Team Orange. They're going into a Rouge at the moment.
Yes, that is I think they came out of the pit lane just a few laps ago. We can actually check that if they just came out of the pit lane. Oh. Here we go.
Will Thomas be going for a move on who is driving?
I think he's just a little bit too far back.
For Julian Manicus.
Yes.
He's really close. Getting down that bumper.
almost in his gearbox.
Oh,
But they're almost on the same strategy. Going a lap longer was Thomas Piba last time round. But for some reason he has done more laps than Julian. But he has gone a lap longer last time.
that's really close. In the meanwhile, Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue has decreased that gap to 14.9 seconds. It's closing and closing.
I think at this point it's really Vincent. I think if he has new tires, Vincent, this time round, and Winston gets in the car, if they all do double stints and Winston gets in the car, because I don't know, of course, their driver strategy, but if Winston gets in the car next time round, I think they have a real shot at closing out that gap.
I hope so. Let's see. Oh, and they go side by side now.
Through Blanchimont, they're going to keep it side by side. Up the inside is Julian. They're going to keep it side by side through Blanchimont.
Little touch.
No, they did not touch. Absolutely amazing driving by both drivers, leaving each other just enough room. You couldn't fit a hand between those cars. Oh, and he gets spun round.
Oh, he keeps it. He keeps it.
He keeps it in a straight line. That is amazing driving by Thomas
Well
Piba.
saved.
But I have to say that is my favorite livery of this LMP2 category. That zebra rainbow livery from my favorite team. Of course, I'm gonna say it again. I've said it 20,000 times. It's not my favorite team. It's the name of the team. The team name is my favorite team. It's not my favorite team. I don't have a favorite team. I hope everyone has fun. That is what I hope.
Let's see how fast they will close the gap back again to the LMP2 Orange team of Platinum Racing Team.
Maybe they do carry some damage though, so maybe their pace will be down a bit, but it doesn't look like they carry some damage. That car seems clean AF. Oh, big snap of oversteer on the exit of Lecombe into Brussels.
Down the inside to the Beamer, the only Beamer in the GTE field, because the field is full with Porsches and that's the only Beamer in the field, which is currently in P28 overall.
8th in its GTE class, that is. They've been doing very good as well, gaining on the guys ahead of them. That gap was at some point 40 seconds, now it's only 21 seconds. They've really been fast.
And we just got a report from let's see, Austrian Sim Racing Red, that hashtag Racing GT3 is waving. Let's see that hopefully it will not let them down in the lap times.
We have them here.
And
Hashtag
if there's any driver waiting or interested in having a conversation with the commentators with us, feel free to help in the waiting room and have a conversation with us.
Definitely. We've spoken to a couple of drivers already, and yeah, all of them are they're speaking in love of this whole series. And I mean, the hashtag car is into the pit lane now, so I don't know if that is courtesy of something happening. I can't check that. I hope it isn't.
The Thomas Weber already within the second of Platinum Team Orange with Julian Manicus driving that car. Already within a second.
There it is. That is very close again. 7/10 is the gap now. Julian, we can say, to be fair, is the slower driver. I think at the next pit stop it will be... Say the name again, you know him.
Weber, you mean Julian Manicus?
Or Jelicic will get in that car again.
Oh, Nick Jelicic, yes. Oh yeah, of course.
At the pit stop. Oh, very close there again.
For a look. It's up to his gearbox now.
Up the inside of No Name Corner maybe then. No, not really close enough to do so. Now
On
catching up
well.
to some traffic. Is he going to get the traffic before Pouon? Yes, he is. Up the inside then maybe? No. Not really an overtaking place to do so. Oh, that is really close for Julian. But he keeps that. And meanwhile, I know. I think that was the Porsche saving some fuel there. Not Julian.
Yeah.
He is all over him. I think the sensible decision for Julian is to let him by, since he is faster though. And this is only losing
time.
Julian some time. These defending lines are not really helping Julian. But of course he can fight
Nor Thomas.
as much as he wants.
We'll see him move it down, going down into.
Oh, Bloschman,
the
this
bus
is not the
stop.
place to do it.
Oh!
Side by side with a GTE. And again, I think it's Thomas Piva is getting really frustrated with the luck he gets with traffic.
Now
but now
Needs on,
that
goes
is
into the
fixed.
pits.
That is fixed for Thomas Piva now, and now he can move up. Let's stay with Thomas Piva and let's look what he can do, because he will, I think, pit 1 or 2 laps later than Julian. Let's also look if Julian gets out of that car. I'll keep an eye on
Maybe-
that, and you can.
Maybe let's look into hashtag racing GT3. The GT3 field hashtag being really close to ERC powered by FSP.
Yes. Oh, on his bumper. This is not a fight for ERC powered by FSP TV Rhineland Yellow to fight, I think.
Oh, it's close.
If they're smart, they're just gonna let him by, because this is losing them time. And this is not a fight. Of course, this is for the overall podium. They can fight how hard and whenever they want, but in class they already have a win in hand.
For the podium of the GT3 class.
The overall class, that is, then.
Overall, yeah.
On his bumper then.
With David Kurpik right behind it in a Lamborghini, which is already a lap down on them, or 2 laps.
Into the slipstream. Is he going to tuck out? Maybe a side-by-side through Blanchimon again. Not really close enough. He gets really close here. He has a
maybe
better
goes on-
exit. Maybe down the inside of the bus stop chicane. He's going to try it. Up the inside, he's going to make the one stick.
Amazing
And that
move.
is the sensible decision to make by the ERC powered by FSP TV Rhineland. Hashtag yellow car. Mark Hellerich in that car at the moment. That is a sensible decision to make, to let him by. It's only losing him time, and the gap to the second place AM car at the moment is 31 seconds. Well, you're gonna get an hourly update again from me and Marnix in just over a minute or 2 time. But first, let's look what Mark Heilerich can do then. Can he stick onto the back of that hashtag racing GT3 Lamborghini to take it switch or maybe build out that gap to Stage 1 Racing Junior?
Gap has come down to, in the LMP2 feed on the top, has come down to, let's wait 1 second, 14.7. It's really close. LMP2 team, Platinum Race team is coming closer and closer.
Oh, as we have LMP2 Team Orange or Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Orange in the battle here now as well, and it is still Julian in that car. Austrian Sim Racers Red are just ahead of that. Of course, they had a really unfortunate race. Markus Steffel, the man who got that car into the lead as well, now into that car again. He can really work on that. The Z Challenger Goliath car ahead of all of that. My favorite team up into 5th. They have not pitted yet. Let's look onto the pit strategies. I think they're going to pit this lap since Thomas Piva has done 16. No, I think he can do a little more laps as well. Vincent Awesams, they've almost always done 20 laps. Perry Oosterveer with his 2 double stints has done 20 laps every time round. Both other drivers are only managing to do 19 laps. So it looks like Perry Oosterveer is able to save just a little bit more fuel in that car.
Let's take a look, because ERC has gone past again. Oh no, that's my mistake. They has not gone past again to the hashtag racing GT3.
They
Still
are
ahead
sticking
of the
close to them.
ERC.
They are sticking close to them, which is nice for them. They can save some fuel and they can benefit from the slipstream as well. Although I think that gap to P4 is coming down. No, it is not. Still 31 seconds at the head of the field, as we have the Austrian Sim Racers blue car into the pit lane. That will give the Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue car the lead of the race. We have a lead change at the head of the field. For how long can Vincent Assem's go longer here?
I think they'll be pitting anytime soon.
2 laps difference in it at the moment. 18 laps done by the Austrian Sim Racers blue car. Let's see what Vincent Assem's can do. We haven't seen 19 laps was the last in the dive bomb into the Lecombe chicane then. And then we have the T3 BMW GTE ahead of them.
Also Delta Motorsport, there's like 40 into the pits.
They are really coming into their own now, the Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue. It's all looking good for them, but of course, they still have to advance 1 more hour. We'll wait a couple more minutes with the hourly update, sponsored by PRL and MS Drops, because we are now in a pit stop phase for almost all the cars. So the positions that they are in now isn't really representative of where they are really after the pit stop cycle. Astro Racing still in the lead of the GTE field. They've been there for the whole time, but it seems like that the gap to Team Slow Pace has stabilized a bit. Garcia still in that car. I think that is now the 2nd hour he's been in that. And I think that is going to be change of the helm in that car in the next pit stop.
And it's amazing to see, because you see Roque Garcia from Argentina, so it's all over the world. It's amazing to see such a lot of countries coming together in the same competition. I mean, it's just amazing to see such a diversity in countries.
Definitely. From all over the world are drivers. And it's amazing to see the interest that this series has got already in its first season. Of course, very young, this series. But I think everyone in the league will be speaking with, of course, the stewards will make decisions that some teams will not agree with, but that is racing. The stewards are the policemen. Let's say it like that. And sometimes you're not. You just don't agree with the policeman, and that can happen in this as well, of course. You don't always have to agree, but you have to understand that all the stewards, just like Marnix, are as clean as possible. They don't pick a side. It's just they see an incident happen and they decide, also with incidents that happened before it that are almost the same or the same in what happened, they will decide what penalty to give. Isn't that right, Marnix?
Yeah, exactly. We try to stay as neutral as possible. We even penalize our own team, our own name, like Platinum Racing Team Orange have been penalized twice with the drive-through and the stop and hold, and even the Platinum Racing Team GT3 has been penalized for not having the right team number.
Yes. Jake Smedley, welcome buddy to the stream again. I have to bring you some bad news. The 484 car, the YS Motorsport Red, has retired after 5 laps of the race already, so they were our 2nd retirement as well, so they are not in the race anymore since the 5th lap of the race.
Leader of the Astro Racing coming into the pit,
and it seems like Winston Eckel, the Platinum Racing Team car is still going. They have done 18 laps as well now.
Going past the ERNL GT3 car.
The Austrian Sim Racers car has had a change of driver. Benny Moser in that car now. And they almost lost a full lap to the Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue car. Yeah, that is sad times. Jake, they needed you. That is what they needed. I think you haven't been up there in the top 10 in the TCR league, but you have always finished the race. So I think that's what they're missing.
Yep.
Well, of course, you don't know what happened. Maybe the car was undrivable after the accident and after the repairs they had. But let's see if Vincent keeps going after this lap. I'll be very interesting. If they keep going, they will get another lap on them, on fuel, and that will give them, of course, a shorter stop at the end. Oh, that is very close there for Vincent Awesams. That was very close there with that Lamborghini. I don't really know which Lamborghini that was. But let's see, is Vincent Awesams gonna pull into the pit lane now? Yes, he is. Also 18 laps done by, getting very close to the pit wall by Vincent Awesams. Let's see where he is gonna come out now, how many seconds that is gonna be. People can't join mid-session, Jake, I'm afraid. And I don't think you will gain I rating by participating in this league as well. In P5 at the moment for Delta Motorsports is Frank Schmitz. I'll quickly change his driver status because he currently isn't assigned to a team.
Unfortunately, I have to leave you here, Dan. I'll be back maybe later.
No worries,
but
Marnix.
I wish you all the best luck, man.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for popping in again.
Cheers.
Well then, let's assign them to a team. Delta Motorsports, there you go. Looking to change them now. There you go. Well then, let's see where the Platinum Racing Team car has come out. And it comes out of the pits now, and it's only 8 seconds in between that, joining alongside a GTE car. Yes, you can, but you have to join a team that is already in it because you can't. The teams are already full. Winston Eckel, like I said, like I expected, into that car now. It will take him some time to get into the rhythm. With 8 seconds, we know Winston Eckel, if he has a target to hunt down, he can be really, really, really fast. But he has to watch out on the outlet with cold tires as well. Maybe ask Vincent if he can come in here. 10 seconds is the gap currently after the outlap from Winston Eckel to P1. Oh, that is close with the bimmer there. Did not see him coming, I think. Thank you everyone for being here again. Good to see that so many of you have come over to this stream as well. But let's see if Winston can get into the rhythm and chase down the Austrian Sim Racers blue car. Fields Academy Motorsports. They are still in the lead. Andrew Fields. Oh, and they have a spin. Our leader of the GT3 field has a spin. That is very big. And they rejoined it. And wow, that was close as well. Andrew Fields has a spin. We caught up to that at the exact moment that it happened. Did not lose too much time with that, but that is big time loss there for Andrew Fields in the GT3 lead. Well then, the hourly update again, we'll give him to you now. The hourly update sponsored by msdrops.nl and Platinum Racing League. It's still the Austrian Sim Racers blue in the lead. There has been an Austrian Sim Racer car in the LMP2 field in the lead for quite some time now, but it's now the blue instead of the red car, since they had an accident at the end of the second hour, so at the beginning, end of second, beginning of the third hour with a GT car. Since then it's really been Austrian Sim Racers blue and Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue at the lead of the field. Platinum Sim Racing Team blue in second place right now. I'll get the strategy thing out of our screen. Rapid E-Racing Team is in third at the moment in LMP2. Rapid E-Racing Team purple. They have really upped their game the last few stints. They have had an accident or a spin right at the opening lap of the race, but they fought back from that. They came from a lap back and now they are in third place, onto the podium again, and only 23 seconds behind Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue. Just missing out on the podium is the Delta Motorsports 40 car, but right behind that, as we can see now, is the Austrian Sim Racers red car. Oh, he's gonna go around the outside of Eau Rouge on that GT car, and that is very close, and he does gain some time on the Austrian Sim Racers red car with that, but he does lose it again on the exit of Eau Rouge. Ready on now into the this Lecombe chicane they go. Oh, look how much the Austrian Sim Racers red car in P5 closes up. Marcus Steffel in that car, he is very fast into Brussels now. Maybe up the inside, not really, but he is in his gearbox almost. Yeah, that definitely was a tough one. But now around the outside, and they do touch him. We have a big crash. Austrian Sim Racers red have another crash, and that was just a misjudgment. And that is sad to see. The GT car being a part of that. That is not what you want to see. And that is Marcus Steffel into the pit lane again. And they just have had some bad luck there. Let's look again what happened there. Really on board with the Marcus Steffel car. Here you can see it. Oh, and just misjudging it. And which GT car was that? It looked like to be the Bimmer of T3 Motorsports. No, but that one is still running though. So that is still in the race, but that is sad to see there. We'll look at it once again. Here you can see it from behind, just misjudging it there. I think he thought he was clean, but he wasn't. And then the enormous accident happened. Wow. You never want to see that happen. Well then, Austrian Sim Racers Blue is the only car from the Austrian Sim Racers car in the race really now then for a win. Platinum Racing Team Blue behind that, Winston Eckel. Then Rapid E Racing Team Purple behind that with Justin van der Linde in that car. My favorite team in P4 with Thomas Piba, Guruma Esports in P5. Tourno in that car. Then in the lead of the GTE field is Astro Racing. They've been there for quite some time as well now. Team Slow Pace is in second position, 33 seconds behind that. That gap has grown since we last checked that as well. Here is Team Slow Pace. Then in third position in GTE Pro and overall is Frosty Sinclair for Orion Race Team Pack GTE. But we have some time left as well still. To catch that up, of course. Then P1 in the GTE AM class is still Crips Racing. They've maintained their gap from 31 seconds. That has stayed absolutely the same since our last hourly update. And it is Ibach Sim Racing Team 1. Here we have the Crips Racing car. These are our GTE AM leaders. Luis Kreich in that car at the moment for the last 2 hours now, I think. Ibach Sim Racing Team 1, they are in second position in the GTE AM class. Mark Koida in that car, they have been very, very fast as well. But just stayed the same with the Crips Racing car. T3 Motorsports by Manatee Pack GTE, they are in 8th. And in 6th in the GTE Pro class. Then we have PM Motorsports in 3rd position in the GTE AM class. They've been there for quite some while as well now. They are 1 lap behind the leader in GTE AM and 2nd place in GTE AM as well. Then we have the leader in the GT3 Pro class as well. That is Fields Academy Motorsports for quite some time. That gap has come down substantially now. Only 36 seconds in it as well there. Austrian Sim Racers Orange have been gaining on that car as well. They are in 2nd in the GT3 Pro class and 2nd overall as well. Hashtag Racing GT3 is in 3rd position overall and in 3rd position in the GTE or in the GT3 Pro class. And they are just ahead of ERC powered by FSP TUV Rhineland. Hashtag yellow car. They are in the lead of the GT3 AM class. And they are just ahead of the Stage 1 Racing Junior car. 24 seconds is between those two cars. Very close still after 4.5 hours, something like that, racing already done. Bikes Online Racing, DS Racing, or Bikes Online DS Racing is in 3rd place in the G3, in the GT3 AM class. 59 seconds, almost a whole minute between them and P6. So 1 minute and 11 seconds between them and P2 in the GT3 AM class. That was your hourly update, sponsored by MS Drops and GRL. Let's look onto the top of the LMP field. 8.5 seconds is the gap between Winston Eckel and Austrian Sim Racers Blue. They are catching up to them at a rapid rate. Also staying the same is Rapid E-Racing Team Purple. and Team IRNL says that they think it was TCE Virtual GT3 collected in that crash there we had with the ASR Red Boys. Where is Team IRNL at the moment? They are in 8th position, 34 seconds behind the P7 in the GT3 class. Jamie Mollema in that car again. He's been in there for quite some time as well now, I think. Absolutely all over him. Behind him now is, I think, the leader, Astro Racing from the GTE field. He gets through there very cleanly as well. Delta Motorsports 40, they are in the pit lane as well. They were up there as well. They are now in the pit lane for 6 minutes. That is absolutely amazing. And yes, Jake, I am very excited for the season finale in the TCR on Wednesday. But first, we have to finish off 1.5 more hours of multi-class racing. Z Challenger Goliath racing with Jan Sjesla in that car. He is in P7 in the number 8 and in P2 at the moment. They are only lapped by our P1 car, so there's not much in it. They are less than 8 seconds behind the Austrian Sim Racers blue car, since Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue is less than 8 seconds behind that as well. Well then, do we have some drivers in the waiting room at the moment? It doesn't look like it. If you're a driver and you want to get into the waiting room, then of course feel free to join and get into the waiting room. I'll get you into the broadcast booth as soon as possible. As soon as I see you, of course, I'll pull you into here. Well then, of course, oh, Jan Sjesla catching up to that GT. That is, of course, very close again. Gap now between Platinum Racing Team Blue and Austrian Sim Racers Blue is only 4 seconds. There ahead of you, you can see them going into Puon. That gap has come down at a massively fast rate. Did something happen to the Austrian Race Blue car? Doesn't look like it, but that gap is 4.6 seconds. Are we going to have a battle for the lead with only 1.5 hours to go in this race? Robert Schulz now in the commentary booth. He's driving for Eibach Sim Racing Team 2. Welcome, Robert.
Hi, welcome.
How has your race gone so far?
It was a pretty tough race. We had a good start, but we had a little crash with another GTE car. He just crashed in the back of us, so it was a kind of pain in the ass, but we kept going, so...
Yeah, well, seems like you guys are, if I can find you... in what positions are you guys in at the moment?
P14 in the GTE class.
Oh yeah, there you are, yeah. You're quite far down the order, as we can see. A bit sad, like you said, you guys keep continuing, of course, after that contact. I think we
Sure,
actually
yeah.
saw that contact. It was going into the fast chicane, I think.
Yeah, it was a fast chicane. I lost the car and I got to a full stop, but the body behind me just crashed into me. So yeah, but that's racing.
That's very unfortunate to hear. Well, is this just like a practice session, learning the car for you guys now then?
No, we just take it serious. We have our specialists like in the LMP2 class and the GT3 class. So no, it's not training. It's a good league. We like that.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, is it now apart from, of course, wanting to finish as high up as possible, but are you guys now focusing on learning the car a little bit more, understanding the car a little bit more, to
Yes.
maybe get a better result in the next
Cologne?
race?
Yeah, we definitely trying to improve ourselves with the car, and it's quite a unique car, the Porsche, and it's not that usual that you take one of those GTE class because of the new IMSA rules, but we kept going because it's fun. It's an awesome event. You have like so many cars on the track, and it's always busy. You have to focus on everything behind you, in front of you. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, were you used to driving a GTE car, or are you normally driving another car in your spare time?
Well, my favorite is the Mazda, so it's kind of different to my favorite car, but it's fun. You use a long time to get used to the car, but it's a good car. It's a quick car, but yeah, it's a tough competition also.
Yeah, what was something that you had to adjust the most to?
Oh, the brakes. The brakes. No ABS or something. It's quite tough because I'm on the G29, so it's kind of tough to hit the point where you have no lockups, and yeah, but it's racing.
Definitely. Well, you guys had some bad luck there at the halfway point of the race. I think that was, you said.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys have better luck, and I hope you guys have had all the bad luck this race. Yeah. Thank you for popping into the commentary booth, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Have fun.
You too, man. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Well then, that was amazing to see and to hear from the Eibach Sim Racing team 2 as well. They are at the moment in 14th. P13 is only is 1 minute 15 ahead of them, so they can gain that. But it looks like Platinum Racing Team and Austrian Sim Racers Blue, they have been trailing now. And there they are. You can see them going into those left or right, those two double right-handers. Really, really, really close to each other now. 3.6 seconds between them at the moment. Welcome everyone again back into the live stream. We had some issues, but those have been fixed now. Yes, only YS Motorsports Blue is left at the moment. They are in 17th in the GT3 class. Urs Müller is in that car. But we are looking at the moment at the leaders in the LMP2 field. 2.7 seconds between them. Rapid E-Racing Team Purple in the pit lane at the moment. That will give the Platinum Racing Team LMP2 blue car some room behind. They of course had that already, but Winston Eckel is a very fast driver. And he is also very, very consistent and very fast through traffic as well. Let's see what he can do. Catching up to the Austin Sim Racers blue car. In that car at the moment is Benny Moser. He is absolutely on it at the moment. And we have another driver in the waiting room. We'll get him in here as soon as possible. And we of course have a driver now in the waiting room from the YS Motorsports Team Blue. Welcome.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had some bad luck. I ran wide in Pujon, and not completely wide, but on the curb. And the GTE car behind me just saw me very late, and that hit my rear a little bit. And I had a lot of unluck. My rear left tire completely broke.
Yeah.
We had to repair.
Yeah,
But
we saw that.
Yeah, before that we were, I don't know, I think 6th in the AM class GT3. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's going okay before, but personally I am just struggling with the car.
What are you struggling the most with?
The front, we have a setup which for me is just not having enough of front grip. I'm always struggling to get the car into the corner, especially
Yeah.
at Radion and Pujon.
Yeah, and is that because, of course, the Porsche is so snappy at the rear?
Yeah, also yeah. If you go too far forward or throw in too much, then obviously the rear snaps on you. So that's very hard, and I also had only 1 hour of practice, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, definitely.
But
You guys are in 17th position in the GT3 class at the moment, and if I can count, you guys are still in 5th in the GT3 AM class.
Oh, okay, well that's great then.
So you
Yeah.
haven't lost any position.
Yeah.
Guys
Well-
behind you are at the moment 1 minute 41 behind you, and the guys ahead 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
For what the car had, I saw them spin a lot
Yeah.
last hours, so maybe we still have a shot at the place in front.
Yeah, that is also a fellow a GT3 AM car as well. So
Yeah. But for me, I think it's a great event because I already improved my time quite a lot. Just trying out new lines and braking points or braking maps.
yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
Well, what car do you normally drive when you're driving on iRacing? Is there a favorite car for you?
Actually, I'm more a single seater car driver, but I did a couple of 24 hours races and I only did the BMW GT3 so far. So that's the first time I'm driving another car.
Yeah.
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 It's
Then I know
quite
how
something
difficult
else.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have some better luck at Interlagos next week. Is this just now a practice session for you guys, or trying to learn the car for you, especially since there's not really a result high up in there anymore for you guys?
Well, I'm saying endurance races are you can always gain places.
True.
Obviously, it's not so much about the position anymore, but it's good to get some experience in. And you never know what happens, so just staying focused.
Yeah, definitely true. Well, buddy, I hope you guys have some good luck or some better luck at Interlagos, and I hope you guys have had all your bad luck for this race.
Yeah.
And I thank you for popping into the commentary booth.
Yeah, thank you very much for your commentary.
No worries, man. It's my pleasure.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Well, amazing again to hear from the drivers. And we look now on to the battle at the front. It is still 2.8 seconds for the lead in the LMP2 field. And with only 1 hour and 20 minutes to go, this is very, very, very close, of course. But now there he is. He has him in his sights now. And what can he do about this? It's still 2.8 seconds. No traffic ahead of him. This is a lap where Winston can gain a lot on the guy ahead of him. Into Lecombe they go now. 2.6 seconds. 3 seconds was the gap at the beginning of the lap. He's already gained 4 tenths in the first sector. Winston, we know, is a very, very fast driver at PRL. He's always up there at the top together with Vincent Ossens. Barry Oosterveer still has to get in that car, I think, as well. Or it's just Winston Eckel and Barry Oosterveer who are going to finish that car off. Or Winston Eckel and Vincent Ossens who are going to finish that car off. Barry Oosterveer, of course, has done 2 stints already. Oh, and some bad luck with traffic there for Winston Eckel. But it seems like the Austrian Sim Racers blue car has had some bad traffic with as well now. They got it before Blanchimont. He's going to get him now into the bus stop chicane. He's going to have to dive. And that is a massive dive. He's alongside. Is he going to get given the room? Yes, he is. There we can see him. The gap has come down 6 tenths, I think, this lap. No, that is not the case. 3 tenths, the gap has come down this lap. No, it is 7 tenths. 7 tenths, the gap has come down this lap. That is a massive amount of time. And cleaner, Winston Eckel is so much faster than, I think it's still the same driver in the Austrian Sim Racing car, Benny Moser. How many laps have they done already on this stint? They're due to pit in, I think, this lap, Danny Moser. And then it's going to be very, very close. Let's see. Oh, they got some bad traffic into Lecombe. Oh, some bad traffic for the ASR blue team. And that has allowed Winston Eckel to get so close. Up the inside there, Winston Eckel of the, I think, YS Motorsports blue car. And he has the traffic now into no-name corner out on the exit. He has it in a bit of a better place. The gap now is 1.5 seconds at the front of the field. That is so close to, after 4 hours and 45 minutes almost, that gap is only 1.4 seconds at the front of the field. Of course, that was more. But after everything that happened, that is the gap at the front of the field, and it now has come down to less than a second. Oh, and there we have a crash for the Team Kersten's car. Let's look what happened to them. We wanted to let him by, it looks like. But he just went off track and he did hit the wall very hard. And I think they will sustain some damage from that. Going back to the live pictures then. Winston Eckel is ahead now. They have pitted. This is really now time for Winston Eckel to push, push, push. And make this one count. Up Rouge he goes then. These are the laps where Winston Eckel has to push. And he is doing so. We'll stay with him for now. This is the battle for the lead. And even though now Moser is into the pits for ASR Blue, this is really, really a battle for the lead, because now Winston Eckel was less than a second behind him. And now coming out of the pit lane, the pit exit will be very important for Winston Eckel. He has gained around 10 seconds this stint. If they can do that in the next stint as well, they will be absolutely golden. And of course, it's saving some fuel as well. They will have a shorter last stop as well, but only taking fuel. Winston Eckel now, when is he gonna pull into the pit lane? Not this time round then. A lot of time still left, and it's now, they both have a pit stop on P3. And that is my favorite team. They are now 5.8 seconds behind Austrian Sim Racers Blue. But PRTO, they're gonna get some traffic into the... Oh, so close with... I think that is the team IRNL car. And where is the team IRNL car at the moment? They are still in 8th in their own class. 23 seconds to P7 they only have, so they're catching as well. But this is the fight we are interested in. Next lap, I think, will be the lap where he will go into the pit lane, I think. Or after next lap, but some bad traffic again for Winston Eckel. Last lap, Winston Eckel gained somewhere around... No, I can't say that. I can't say that because timer screen is now messed up with the pit stop cycle and everything. My favorite team into the pit lane as well. Now Karuma Motorsports are very close behind that as well. Something happens to the top 3 teams. Something, the whole table is looking different again and again. Deep into turn 1 goes Winston Eckel. Is he gonna come down into pit lane this time round then? It looks like he's gonna do so. You can see he's pushing. He's using everything, every bit of road available to him. Is this gonna have to be a dive bomb into Lecombe then on the GTE? Yes, it is gonna have to be a dive bomb. Winston Eckel into Lecombe. That is a big dive bomb from the LMP2 there. But he had to lose as less time as possible. Very, very close again. The team, this is not Team Iron Elko. They're very similar. This is the hashtag Racing GT3 car. We are closing on to the Fields Academy Motorsports car. Winston Eckel, what is he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to stay ahead of Moser here? That is the question to all of us. Winston Eckel carving his way through the traffic. Losing as less time as possible. Is he gonna pull into the pit lane this lap then? I think he is. As we're gonna get into the dark hours now. Oh, and he spins! He spins! Getting into the bus-stop chicane on his last lap. That is big for Winston Eckel. He's gonna lose a lot of time here. And that is not good for Winston Eckel. He pulls into the pit lane now. And that is his chance of getting into the lead after his lap done. And that is, I think, fuel saving. What happened there? Let's listen on board with Winston Eckel. Let's keep quiet and listen if he's fuel saving. Yes, rear locking there for Winston Eckel. That is what happens if you release the clutch too early. Well then, that is their chance done, I think, on a good classification after the pit stop. Although never say never, we'll stay with him until they get out of the pit lane. And they are moving again. And the Austrian Sim Racers blue car has already overtaken them. And all the time Winston Eckel had gained in the last lap is done and is gone again now. He can start over at the beginning where he started. He has 1 hour and 10 minutes left to do so. And to get closer to the Austrian Sim Racers blue car again. Who is in that car now? Benny Moser is still in that car, so it's still the same fight we are looking at. .50-50 Brad Jett race, like you said, like you can see, very close to each other. It's a massive race from this point actually. Oh, he forgot to release the clutch. Let's see if he's gonna do it again. Let's listen on board. No, he's not doing it this time round. He's scared a bit now. Well then, let's look on to some other fights as well. The Crips Racing car is now down into 6th. Oh, they've lost actually the lead in the GTAM category. Is that because they pitted? That is my question, or is that because something happened? Thijs Merckx crashed as well. Oh. Back to live pictures we go. That did not work. Oh, that is sad, because Brinkhuisen's team got a screen freeze and then into the wall. Well, then I'm gonna leave you in the more than capable hands for a minute or 3, 4, maybe 5 to recover my own voice a bit. And I'm gonna leave you in the more than capable hands. Do we have someone here? Yes, we do have someone here. Jan Sesla, let's see what he has to say in a bit. Well then, we have Jan in the commentary booth now, driver of the Z Challenger Goliath Racing GoPro car. Welcome.
Hello. Hello, but I was waiting for Stuart, but hello.
Oh yeah, you're in the wrong waiting room then.
Okay. Hi guys, hello.
Yeah.
Nice racing. Thanks everybody for like having a fun. Yeah, like keep it on and finish the race. We are have one hour left, so let's go.
Yeah, still
Sorry
1 hour
about that.
left. Yeah, nah, no worries. I'm happy that someone is interested in talking to me.
Are you talking to yourself for like last 6 hours? Sorry, 5 hours.
Yeah, I've been talking to the chat, and sometimes a driver pops in, and then you have a nice talk. Marnix has popped in, a steward has popped in as well sometimes. So I've had some people to talk with, but yeah, it's been me for the last 5 hours doing the commentating on the racing.
Okay, so keep it on. You're doing great job. I'm looking. If I'm not driving, I'm looking at broadcast. So you're doing great job, and yeah,
Thank you, man.
nice. Keep it on, and see ya, buddy.
Yeah. Well, that was a great one. Okay, so I just got a message that the hashtag 17 car released the clutch too fast. Like I said, that is what happens when you release the clutch too fast. You just get a big snap of oversteer and the rears lock and you're done. But Winston Eckel has already eaten something out of that lead again. 8.5 seconds, 1.4 seconds gained on this lap. And I'm going to leave you in the more than capable hands of Winston Eckel here for a second. I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. Well, welcome back everyone to the last hour of the Platinum Endurance Championship. 6 hours of Spa-Francorchamps. We're getting into the dark hours now. The lights are just getting a little bit more visible on the road and on the cars as well. Winston Eckel still 8.5 seconds behind the Austrian Sim Racers blue car. Rapid E-Racing in the pits again. Justin van der Linde. He has only done a 12 lap stint. That is not a normal stint. That is not a normal stint. And I don't know why that is. Well, let's look on to some battles in other classes. Then Stage 1 Racing Junior just behind ERC powered by FSP. This is for first position in the AM class. We'll go over the drivers in just a minute. We get the last hourly update. And Austro Racing in the GTE has just posted a purple sector or a purple race time. Bladen Racing Team Blue and Austin Sim Racers. Oh, no, that is the glitch again. Nice, thank you. I thought that was 2.6 seconds, but hey. Half a second is the gap now still between these two into the slipstream, the Stage 1 Racing Junior car. This is a fight, remember, for the lead in the GT3 AM class. Well, now into the pit lane goes the Stage 1 Racing car. That is given Orion or the ERC powered by FSP TV Rijnland Team Yellow car. The lead back in the GT3 car class, the AM class. They are in third overall now as well. Well then, your last hourly update incoming now, sponsored by PRL and msdrops.nl. In the lead still we have the Austrian Sim Racers blue car, 7.7 seconds ahead of someone who spun last stint in his last in-lap. Winston Eckel could have been so much closer, could have been ahead of the Austrian Sim Racers blue car now if he did not spin on the end of his last lap. But he is in second now at the moment. Karuma Motorsports, they are in third. That is a really, really good performance for them at the moment. They've done everything they could to get into that position. My favorite team in P4 with Clement Schmid, only 18 seconds of the podium positions. Then we go into the GTE Pro class. It's Astro Racing in first position there at the moment. Into the pit lane though. Slow pace, Team Slow Pace in second position. They have not pitted yet, but they are now into the lead. Orion Race Team Pack GTE are in third there, and then we have in first in the GTE AM class Crips Racing. They are still in the lead, and it was just that pit stop behind, or it was just that pit stop that got the other team so close. Then in P2 in the GTE AM class we have iBox Sim Racing Team 1. They got very close to Crips Racing, but they are now a little bit further back again. Well then, in third position in the GTE AM and last in the GTE, and the last announcement we have in our hourly update, sponsored by PRL and the msdrops.nl, is PM Esports. They are third in the GTE AM class. They're looking to build on that lead as well. Then first in the GT3 Pro class and first in the GT3 overall, Andrew Fields. That lead has been eaten into from that Fields Academy Motorsports car, but now he has eked out just that little bit again on the second place car overall. In the second place car in GT3 Pro, Austrian Sim Racers Orange. 33 seconds is in between those guys, still very close after 5 hours and 7 minutes of racing done already. Then third is the hashtag Racing GT3 car. They are just ahead of the Orion Team Pack GT3 car, who's in the pit lane now. And into first position in the GT3 AM class is Lucas Boudach for ERC, powered by FSP TV Rijnland. Hashtag yellow. Second in that category we have at the moment, I think, yes, Bikes Online DS Racing. Oh, this is going to be close on pit exit. Here we have the two leaders side by side, but they get that position. Of course, they have to make that pit stop still. Bikes Online DS Racing is in second, now in first, and Stage 1 Racing also the top three, very close with only an hour to go, but they both have to stop as well. This is the AM class, and of course that is the overall as well. Well then, those were your hourly updates, sponsored by PRL and msdrops.nl. Let's look what the last hour brings us. Stage 1 Racing Junior just behind Bikes Online DS Racing. They are in fourth in the BMW. A BMW that has done very well at the moment is the T3 Motorsports BMW as well. They are 4 seconds behind the Crips Racing car as well. They are gaining on that one, and then they have the top 5 finish with this BMW. They have done nothing wrong in this race. They have just been so clean as possible. And now you can see that also with a BMW, this is the only other car than a Porsche in this race in the GTE class. The only other car than a Porsche in the GTE class. And it's Jos Maya driving that car now. Into the last hour they go as well. Wow, they have done an absolute stellar job. And if there is a driver from them in the stream as well, now I would love to speak to one of them. I would love to speak to one of them. "50 of you are here at the moment at the end of the race." but they have done nothing wrong. 4 seconds is the gap to the Crips Racing car. That has come down to 3 seconds only. I think this is a little bit of a glitch though. There he is. Yes, 6 seconds, 6.8 seconds behind Austrian Sim Racers Blue is Winston Eckel. They will have a very short last stop. Let's look onto the T3 Motorsports car then. The Crips Racing car is 1.3 seconds ahead of him. This is for position in the overall class. I don't think the Crips car will fight it though, since they are fighting their own battle in the GTE AM class. They're trying to go around the outside, just that did happen of that GT3 car there from I think YS Motorsports Blue. Now the BMW is trying to do the same as well. They get that done as quick as you like. Less than a second in between those. The BMW is going to pick up another position in just a moment time. And then from that on, it's only 17 seconds to the Delta Motorsports 141 car. This BMW has really come into its own in the night here. They are giving everyone a fair shot of their money. And they are driving everyone crazy with that big bimmer in their rear view mirror. And I think once they get close, Crips Racing will give up that position. And I think that will happen at the end of the Camel Straight. No drivers, I think, in the waiting room. Let's check for 1 second. No drivers in the waiting room at the moment. Getting into the dark hours, so every driver is scared to be alone in the waiting room, of course. But here he is, on to Rouge Radion. Catching up that BMW that has a superior straight line speed over the Porsche, of course. Here he goes. Up the inside for P5. This is the BMW. Is he going to try it? Yes, he is. Down the inside, and that is position done. Up into P5. The BMW goes. They've done nothing wrong. Gaining positions the whole race long. The only BMW in the race. The only other car than a Porsche in the GTE class. And Jake, you're asking how the race is going. I think you can see how the race is going. It being so close, of course. After 5 hours and 13 or 14 minutes, it's absolutely amazing in every class. And I very much enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did that as well. The gap from Winston Eckel to, I think, Munoz is, or Moser is still 7 seconds. Yes, that gap is still 7 seconds. Somewhere around that. The 44 car behind them, who is that? They're looking to catch up to them as well. That is the Dustin Seifert. That is the Rapid E-Racing Team Purple car. They have almost the same pace as them. We have seen that. But they are now catching up to them. It looks like Winston Eckel is really struggling here. But that gap is now down to 5.6 seconds. It's ebbing and flowing, of course, the whole time with the traffic. He is gaining again. That gap is down to 4 seconds. Look at the traffic here. Up into Blanchimont or Rouge. He's going to get them very great onto the straight as well. 3 wide for Winston Eckel. Does he dare to go for it? No, he does not. Oh, Winston Eckel. So close through the traffic. Yes, he does lose here. Like I said, it's going to ebb and flow, but it's really flown into the favor of Winston Eckel and Team Platinum Racing Blue. The traffic here and up and down into Brussels. Is he going to try it down the inside? Yes, he is. He's a brave man if he does so. Yes, he does, of course. Austrian Sim Racers Blue is caught up by Platinum Racing Team NMP2 Blue. And it's going to be very close for the last stint. My question is, how long have they been going? Pit strategy. Help us out. 15 laps they have been going, so they're easily going to make it in onto their last stop in a few more laps. They're easily going to make it down to the end then. My question is Winston Eckel going to stay in that car or not? I think he will stay in that car though. I think Winston Eckel will stay in that car. Catching is Winston Eckel. Let's look on to some other fights, but not really any fight going on at the moment in any other class. This is really the closest, or this is not really the closest, but this is one of the closest and the most interesting fights we can give you. Ahead of this is the T3 Motorsports BMW. That green Bimmer, of course, gonna get him into Brussels, down to Brussels. Wow, that is a big snap from T3 Motorsports. Winston was a bit scared by that, as you could see. 4.4 seconds is the gap at the moment. That is coming down through the traffic. But we're getting into the dark hours now. Which is absolutely amazing to see. What can Winston Eckel do in the next part of the track? Can he catch up through the traffic, or is the traffic going to hold him back? Looks like the traffic is going to hold him back here. But he gets past one Porsche, the other Porsche as well. Now the Lamborghini, 4.4 seconds. That was at some point 3.7. So he has lost again there through the traffic. That is not what you want to see there for Winston Eckel so late on into the race. Here we go then, Winston Eckel. A few laps left still for the Moser LMP2 car. They are pushing for what they can now. 2:03.659 their lap. And this has been the gap for like an hour now. Within 10 seconds, for more than an hour now. Within 10 seconds, absolutely amazing to see. No driver still in the waiting room. The inside, is Winston Eckel going to go here? Yes, he is. He needs to take every little bit of time that comes his way. The gap is increasing again. through the traffic. That is what I said, it's ebbing and flowing, of course. And that goes not too fast and not too slow, of course. You have to pick your moment when you're gonna get past. This is not the moment, Winston. He did try it though. The Eibach car is gonna give it up now. Into the dark we go. The gap is increasing again. In the night, it looks like the Austrian Sim Racers blue car is coming into it to its own, really. It's not gonna get fully dark, of course. We don't have the time. Goliath Racing. We can look them up if you want to. I know they're somewhere, but I can't find them. Oh man, it's been a long day for me as well. .2 is where the gap is staying at the moment. Z Challenger Goliath Racing, there they are in 7th place. Lucas Kawakami. Into the pit path they go. It seems like Austrian Sim Racers Blue is into the pit lane now. Let's look what Winston Eckel can do then. Is he going to spin again on the last lap of his stint? Yes or no? Up the inside, he is trying to be as fast as he can. These are the push laps for Winston Eckel here. He has 3 laps less of fuel he has to fuel in, so that is going to gain him some time in pit lane as well. And I think Winston Eckel will stay in this car. Winston Eckel will stay in this car, that is what I think. Cycle traffic here again. Into bunch one he goes now. He's gonna get that traffic in the bus stop, which is gonna be really, really unfortunate for Winston again. Do not spin this time round, please. These are the push laps. He needs around 1 minute and 22 seconds to Austrian Sim Racers Blue to be somewhere near them when they get out of the pit lane. He has 1 minute 17 at the moment, increasing that gap. Slowly but surely, Winston Eckel is building out a lead in the laps that he is ahead. That number 1 ahead of his name really gives him wings. But now a big group of traffic up ahead. They're fighting as well. What can Winston Eckel do here? He's going to lose some time probably, using every inch of track available to him. Up the inside he goes. Up the inside of another. And around the outside of the other one. Wow, Winston Eckel is giving it absolutely everything here. Austrian Sim Racers red. Benny Moser in that car still. He also has some traffic coming up now into Eau Rouge Radion. Platinum Racing Team into the chicane again. He has some traffic. Winston Eckel is going to try and dive him down into the Bishop chicane. No, he's not really close enough to do anything about that. He's going to jump into the pit lane. That is early. That is early for Winston Eckel. Let's see where he is going to come out then this time. He's going to gain a second or two as well with the fuel that he has to put in less. Wow, wow, wow. Where is he going to come out then? No driver in the waiting room again yet. Still waiting on someone to want to join us. But no one at the moment wanting to do so. They are stationary now. Let's look at the Austrian Sim Racers blue car. They're moving again, but they're never going to get out ahead of the Austrian Sim Racers car. There they are. It is going to be close though. 2 seconds is the gap. Coming out of the pit lane now is Winston Eckel, and he gets overtaken though, but there is the leader of the race. Within a second, inside the slipstream window he is now. Winston Eckel, 1.5 seconds the gap will be, I think, at the end of the Campbell Straight. He has him in his sights now, and this is the moment for Winston Eckel to attack. I said it. He had to have around 1 minute 22 to be ahead of him. It's 1.5 seconds. Winston Eckel is giving it absolutely everything, going a little bit wide on Bruce Seltzer already. Winston, be careful, it's still your outlap though. He's going to get the traffic ahead of Pouon. Winston is going to get him in Pouon, I think. Or after Pouon. Yes, he is going to get him in the pit path. It's going to have to be a dive. He does so. And that gains him that position again, and he doesn't lose that valuable time to Austrian Sim Racers. This is game on now for the last half an hour of this race. It's Winston Eckel against Benny Moser. It's Austrian Sim Racers Blue against Platinum Racing Team Blue. Who's gonna come out on top in the end? It looks like it looks like Austrian Sim Racers Blue has the edge over Platinum Racing Team Blue the last few laps, also before the pit stop. But that is just traffic falling their way. Well, we'll get rid of the strategy thing on the bottom right hand side, because that doesn't matter anymore. It's now a pure fight till the end. This is the closest anyone has been on track so far. Again, traffic falling the way of Austrian Sim Racers Blue. Winston Echo will be very frustrated with that. Here is here is ASR Blue at the head of the field. Getting some traffic now into Brussels. They are gonna get the traffic in a very narrow place here. And there we have Winston Echo catching up to them behind. It's so close, 2 seconds between them. After 5.5 hours of racing, it's game on, like Marnik says. Definitely it's game on. Using all the track available to him. Up the inside of Pouhon here then. 2.3 seconds is the gap currently. That comes down to 2.2 again, up to 2.4 now. With Strakel, you can see him in the background there. ASR Blue, he is absolutely on it. Benny Morser, he is on it from the start of the race. Or from the start of his stint. He has been pressurized by Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue from the beginning of his stint. He has never cracked, and it seemed like he's not gonna crack this time round. 3.1 seconds, the gap is increasing to Austrian Sim Racers Blue. And I think Benny Moser will settle down for just a second now. Well then, I almost don't have a voice left after these 6 hours. What a race it has been so far. It has been so close. Fields Academy Motorsports and Hashtag Racing GT3 only 12.4 seconds for the lead in GT3 as well. In GT3 Pro, GT3 AM, it's only 7 seconds as well for the lead. We're gonna take a look at that. ERC powered by FSP TV Rijnland. They're on the lead of they're in second at the moment for that battle in the GT3 AM class. 8.4 seconds is the battle there. They've been in the lead for so long, but it looks like they're not in the lead anymore and they're not trailing anymore. They're falling back from Stage 1 Junior in the GTE AM class or in the GT3 AM class. The gap is now 1.7 also behind them. They're falling. This is not what you want to see from a P2. And it looks like in GTE as well we have some tight battles for P6. Not really getting closer though. The T3 Motorsports getting closer to Delta Motorsports 141. 14.6 seconds is the gap there. But the gap at the head of the field is 4.4 seconds at the moment. That gap is going up, and going up. Not really what Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue wanted to see. Who is in that car? Still Winston Eckel, right? Yes, it is still Winston Eckel, but he has some bad luck with traffic all over this stint. And if you have bad luck in the beginning of the stint, you have bad luck till the end of the stint. That is usually how it goes. And I think it's Pete Oosterveer, the brother of Perry Oosterveer, in the chat at the moment. He will be very, very... I think he will be very, very stressed on how Winston Eckel is doing now for the team from his brother Perry. Big dive from here from Winston Eckel, but he has to. 4.2 seconds is that gap now. It is coming down just a little bit now again. Perry Oosterveer has done a great job in his 2 or 3 stints. I don't know how many he has done exactly, but he has done at least 2 stints. So that is 1 hour and 20 minutes at least for Perry Oosterveer. But Benny Moser is driving away from that team at the moment. ASR Blue. It's been an ASR Blue party at the front of the field for this whole race almost. We're getting into the dark hours. Only 22 minutes left in this race. Plus 1 lap. Looks like they have clean air ahead of him. Winston Eckel has some slipstream from a GT in between them. That is going to gain him some time until Lecombe gets some time on the braking as well. But he loses all of that behind a GT again. And now Austrian Sim Racers Blue also loses some time behind the GT as well. I think that is the T3 Motorsport car. No, they're into the pit lane just so late on into the race. That could be decisive for them. There is the ASR Blue or the ASR GT3 car letting them by. They can be difficult for the PRT blue car, but it looks like they're not going to be, since they're going to get him on the straight. We have Perry in the chat as well now, the driver from Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue. And I would love to hear from you, Perry, what Winston is saying to you guys over Discord now, because he must be stressed now. So it looks like Winston is very cool under pressure, like Winston always is. And I think if Winston knows that he doesn't have the pace to catch up to him, that he is the first one to admit that, but he still has 20 minutes left to do so, plus 1 lap. And that is plenty enough time to catch up 5.3 seconds. But we also have the ERC car very close now to the P5 Orion race team, and they are up the inside. And that is P4 for them now. Or P5 for them now. 12 seconds is the gap to Stage 1 Racing Junior. Very, very close between them. We have another fight going on as well, a little bit further back in the field. Team IRNL are less than a second behind the Bikes Online DS Racing to get P7 back in the race. They have been on it from start to finish, and it would be a huge achievement for them to get P7 back. And it looks like they have the pace to do so. Getting closer and closer with every corner, with every braking zone. Well, and they're getting so close. It's now less than 7/10, but this Mercedes, this Porsche is in the way. But they're now overtaking DS, and that can give Team IRNL an edge. They're now absolutely all over them. And what can they do? Right onto the back of him, maybe down into Blanchimont, not really into the bus stop chicane then. Is he going to try something there down the inside? He doesn't really look close enough, but he tries to brake onto him. This 316 car from Team IRNL has seen some damage. They have seen everything, they've overcome everything. It would be a huge result for them to get back into P7. On to the camels that they go now into Eau Rouge Radion. Up the hill they go. Coming over the crest. They are side by side now. Last 15 minutes, and this is the battle for P7. They are ahead now, and this is that done. Ahead of them now into Les Combes, outbraking them. And they have P7 in their pocket now. Meanwhile, P6 is also very, very close with P5. It's Orion Race Team Pack GT3 together with ERC powered by FSP TV Rijnland #Yellow Team. Very, very close as well. Also up through Eau Rouge Radion, coming up to the crest. They are not side by side. NMP coming from behind. He's not going to stick behind him though. That's the number 19, my favorite team. They are in fourth position. Pulling up the inside. Is he going to go for it? Not really. Into Les Combes. The gap at the front of the field is 9.7 seconds. So that has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. It is Benny Moser who's really on it the last few laps. And it's going to be difficult to get him out of that zone. Still for P6, the battle is very close. 3 tenths, 4 tenths in between it. Oh, up the inside, here goes the Orion Race Team Pack GT3 car, and he makes his way through now, and that is a pro up into 5th. That is what he is really there for. But now into the slipstream is the ERC powered by FSP2 here, Reinhardt #yellow team again. They're going to try into the bus stop chicane. They're going to try and brake onto the back of them. That happens. But are they going to be able to stick with them and maybe do something for to get onto the Camel straight then? It looks like Orion Race Team Pack GT3 just has the edge over him. Is there another fight close in the field as well? Not really. They are now outside of a second, the ERC, and here it is, our race leader comes through the field here. Here he is, the 42. Benny Moser. The gap is still 10 seconds. Last lap, Winston Eckel was almost a second slower than Benny Moser. As we have only 11 minutes to go in this race, plus 1 lap. Let's look what kind of lap time he's going to do this time round then. A 2:03.594. So a 2:03.6, let's say like that. What is Winston Eckel going to do? He is going to do a exact same lap time, but 500ths slower. So it doesn't look like Winston Eckel is going to be able to gain anything. I don't expect any driver into the commentary booth anytime soon now. Some traffic going up Eau Rouge Radion. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, I think, which is not already has been fought, but With only 9 minutes left, and this race almost drawing to a close. You can see it's almost completely dark now around the track. This lap 204.23 from Austrian Sim Racers Blue. Winston does a 203.88, so he gains 4/10 back there in that lap. He needs to gain more than that if he wants to have any shot at a win again. Looks like that is not gonna happen. Astro Racing Majorla here. They're in 9th in the GTE class, but for an overall position, just 6 seconds ahead of them is the GT3 leader. So for an overall position, this could be really, really big still. To get one position back overall. The gap massively decreasing here, 5.1 seconds the gap. I think Astro Racing Majorla is going to get that. Of course, they are in a faster car class, so they should be able to get this. Only 6 minutes left in this race. It's been an absolutely amazing race. It's been absolutely amazing to be a part of it, but it isn't over yet. 6 minutes left still, plus 1 lap. So we have some time to enjoy this as well. Gap now is 3.8 seconds. Kuruma Motorsports though, can they gain on my favorite team is gaining on Kuruma Motorsports. 8.5 seconds is the gap between them. At the moment it looks like they're 10 seconds behind Karuma Motorsports. And I think that it's just going to be a little bit too much to catch up. This gap is still 11 seconds. Benny Moser still at the head of the field. Ahead of everyone else. A bit of a mistake there from Benny Moser into the first corner. Still 3/10 faster than Winston Echo last lap. We have 2 minutes of official time to go plus 1 lap. Benny Moser still in the lead. ASR Red has been in the lead for the first half of the race. Then they of course had that crash with a GT car. And since then it's really been Austrian Sim Racers Blue in the lead. So it's really been Austrian Sim Racers domination. Although it has been 2 different teams. That just shows how dominant they are with 2 teams. Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue tried it with strategy. It almost worked. They almost got ahead of them. No risks here at this point. Alongside here. And ahead of the leader in the GTE, Astro Racing. They will now be starting the last lap. It's white flag for us, for the Austrian Sim Racers Team Blue. What a race it has been. 10.9 seconds the gap back to Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue. Karuma Motorsports is in third. They've driven amazing as well. One last shout of go, 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 ASR Blue in the chat. Very, very close here still with the BMW. They don't really have to push it anymore because they are 10 seconds clear, more than 10 seconds clear of P2, and they're in the last lap. Through the last 2 corners they go now. Now they have Blanchimont left and then the bus stop to round off what has been a very, very good race for the Austrian Sim Racers Blue community, for the whole Austrian Sim Racers community. The Austrian Sim Racers Team Red has been in the lead for half of this race. But now it's the time for Austrian Sim Racers Blue to come across the line and take their victory in the LMP2 class. Then we have Astro Sim Racing coming through the last chicane as well. Those are your winners in the GTE Pro class as well. Then we have Crips Racing in the lead of the GTE AM. They are going to come through to win the GTE AM class. Here are the Crips Racing is your winners for the GTE AM class. And the GT3 class, Fields Academy Motorsports. First we have Stage Junior Racing. Our GT3 AM car class winners, I think. Just a few more quarters to go for them. Now then, Kevin De Winter is going to come across the line for Stage 1 race to take victory in the GT3 AM class. And then our last class winner will be Alberto Gazzapo for Fields Academy Motorsports. P2 is already finished. These guys have dominated the GT3 class. What a race it has been for them. And GG to all the drivers. Fields Academy Motorsports take victory in the first race in the GT3 class, overall in the GT3 Pro class. What a drive it has been for them. Wow, 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 wow. Go on with the donuts. Congrats to everyone. Congrats to Austrian Sim Racers Blue. Benny Moser, what a drive from him. He kept Platinum Racing Team LMP2 Blue behind for the last couple of stints. They've gotten close a couple of times. Winston Eckel, without that spin, he maybe would have been in front of that Austrian Sim Racers Blue car. But it wasn't really to be. Wow, 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 wow. What a drive it has been from all the drivers. YS Motorsports Blue is your last car to come across the line. Wow. Well then, let's look on to the classification. The result of the race, we have it for you right now. I think. Yes, there it is, the 6 hours of Spa, the packed 6 hours of Spa, Francorchamps. First is the Austrian Sim Racers team. The Austrian Sim Racers Team Blue, then second Platinum Racing Team, LMP2 Blue. Karuma Motorsport is in third, fourth is my favorite team. Fifth, Rapid E-Racing Team Purple. Sixth, Platinum Racing Team, LMP2 Orange. Z Challenger Glide Racing GoPro is in 7th, 8th, Cabort Racing 9th, Rapid E-Racing Team Orange 10, Delta Motorsports 40, and 11th, and rounding off the LMP2 field is hashtag Racing LMP2. Well then, our winners in the GTE class is Astro Racing Team Slow Pace came second, and third is Orion Race Team Pack GT4. Fourth is Delta Motorsports, and our winner in the GTE AM class is Crips Racing. Congrats to all of them. They did not expect it, like they said. The T3 Motorsports BMW came 6th overall in that class, which is a real surprise with so many Porsches in that field. Then second in the GTE AM class is Ibach Sim Racing Team 1, and third is PM Esports in the GTE AM class. Astro Racing Mayola, they are still in the GTE Pro class. They came 6th in that class. Then we move on to the GT3 class. First in the GT Pro and overall is Fields Academy Motorsports. Second is Hashtag Racing GT3. Third, Austrian Sim Races Orange. And first in the GT3 AM class is Stage 1 Racing Junior. Then second in the GT3 AM class is ERS powered by TUV Rhineland Yellow. Very good race for them as well. Then third and last in our field is Bikes Online Racing DS Racing. Wow, what a race it has been. Wow. Let's talk to some drivers. And let's talk to Winston Eckel first. Winston Eckel has been trailing that Austrian Sim Racers blue car, and it looked like he didn't really have the pace in that last deciding stint. Winston, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Winston, what a race you guys have provided for us, but it looks like you didn't really have the pace in the last deciding stint.
Well, the problem was, I guess that the guys in Austrian Sim Racing did a very good job on tire saving, especially for the last stint, because we triple stinted, and for the first and the second stint, I was always that kind of more pace, like 2 to 3 tenths per lap. And then after that, I made a mistake, and yeah, that was very unfortunate. I spun on, what was it, on the in lap for the second stint, and yeah, I lost 12 seconds there. We were fuel saving, and I pulled up the clutch a little bit
Yeah, we
too
saw
fast. Yeah, it's bitter. It's not that nice. But if I look after it, if you said to me before the race that I will finish in P2 with Perry and Vincent, then I will took it 100%. So, but still, I had an amazing race, and especially for Vincent and Perry as well, they did a very good job. And yeah, I'm very happy with the result. So, yeah, and especially congratulations to the guys at Austrian Sim Racing, because they did amazing. And yeah, especially also the guys from Kuruma that finished in P3, they did a very good job as well. So it was good racing, especially in the LMPs. It's so tricky with the GT3s. Yeah, and then at the last stint, I had a small accident with the GT3 who got off track in Poolhorn, and then yeah, that little bit damage for the last stint. That was also the reason that I didn't had the pace to get closer to the guy in front. So, but still, I had an amazing race, and yeah, I'm looking forward for the next month in Interlagos for the 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, Winston, it's been amazing to watch you guys go hammer and tongue for the last, I think, 2 hours. You've tried those strategy, but it didn't really work out that much. What was your secret strategy that we all didn't know?
The problem was we kinda messed up the strategy in the beginning because we saw people triple stinting, and we trying to do the double stint and then doing extra tires, but yeah, that little bit cost us a lot of time. But after that, we triple stinted it, and yeah, then it was good. But still, the strategy was not optimal, and we learned from that. And from Interlagos, we're going to analyze that better. But it wasn't a secret strategy. We just kind of messed up the whole strategy. But yeah, just like I said,
that made it
in the
secret.
beginning. Yeah, that's the big secret. No. If I said in the beginning that I'm going to finish P2 with Perry and Vincent, then I would took it. So
yeah, well,
so I'm very happy.
Thank you for the interview. You've driven amazing, and hopefully you guys have just a race like here at Spa at Interlagos next week.
Yeah, mate, and thank you for the broadcast as well. It was epic to see. So
no worries.
Have a nice evening.
Well then, we move on to Nick Kerstens from Team Kerstens. Team Kerstens, who finished 16th in the GT3 class overall. Nick, welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Nick, yeah, tell us about how your race went. We saw at one point that you were going slow, but the car didn't seem to have damage. That is the first thing I want to ask. Was it just fuel that was at that point the problem?
Yeah, so I missed the pit crew when I went through the pit lane. So I needed to do a lap on 2.5 liters of fuel.
Oh, okay. That is that is a bit sad there. But yeah, tell us how the rest of the race went after that.
Well, we crashed a bit and we raced a bit, and that's it.
Well, the big question then is, did you have fun?
Yeah, and I also raced a bit because the LMP2 cars, they were just dive bombing everywhere. I mean, it was a bit ridiculous, but I mean, that's racing, right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes with the LMP2s being a bit eager to lose as less time as possible, you get some dive bombs in some really weird places. But yeah,
Yeah.
after of course having that issue with the fuel crashing yeah, a couple of times, did you guys just really see it as a little bit of a practice session to learn the car, learn how the car reacts to certain moments, to get or to learn that and to do better in Interlagos?
We always want to learn. That's one thing. But we also didn't have the full crew. One of our members is sick and he didn't come through the race. So we're looking for some new members. Luckily, we already have some participants. So next race is gonna be hopefully a bit easier. And we did want to learn the car a bit more on this track, even though we did the 24 hours of Daytona in this same car.
Yeah. Well, Nick, it's been amazing seeing you guys go around Spa-Francorchamps, and yeah, I wish you guys luck at Interlagos next month. Thank you for the interview.
Yep.
Well, then we'll move on to someone who I think was one of the quickest drivers in the race. Nick, welcome.
Yo.
Nick, you guys had some pace very early on in the race. You guys, of course, had that P2 in the qualifying, but you showed some pace really early on in the race, but then got 2 drive-throughs and managed to get back into the lead lap, which is, I think, an achievement on its own. And yeah, well, tell us about how the race went from there.
I don't know. The start was pretty good. I got a bit unlucky with the traffic. Had an incident pretty early on with the GT3. Got a drive-through. And then, because we got a drive-through that kind of messed up our rhythm. So because of that, I actually forgot to box and had to fuel save like crazy. And then we continued on. We were like 40 seconds behind the next LMP2 car. And then we got slapped with another drive-through.
Yeah.
I think both of them were quite unlucky. The stewards weren't really on our side today.
Yeah, well, that's how racing goes sometimes. I mean, I think you can at least take some positives from this, because still finishing 6th after 2 drive-throughs and a lap that you had to field save as much as you had to is, I think, not bad.
No, it's not bad at all, but of course it could have been better. Could have been a podium.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is endurance racing for you. There's so much that can go wrong, and I mean, at the end of the day, you're not the only one who got unlucky, and yeah, I think that's just something, of course, when you miss the pits to look in for the next race at Interlagos. Of course, that race is a little bit shorter, so a little bit less time for unlucky things to happen. But yeah, I think you can definitely take a lot of positives from still finishing 6th. That means you guys at least had the pace.
Yeah, we definitely had the pace. I think we'll come back and fight for podiums, if not wins, at Interlagos and the races after that.
Yeah. Well, Nick, it's been amazing seeing you go so fast in qualifying and in the race. You were the fastest driver. I see you now out on track today. And yeah, thank you for the interview, and I wish you guys luck at Interlagos.
Thank you.
Well then, we'll move on to one of our last contestant, and that is Samuel. Samuel is in the commentary booth now, And I think, Samuel, can you tell us how your race went?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I didn't notice I had been pulling. Oh wow. So we are from Bikes Online DS Racing. That we are from the GT3 AM
Yeah.
category. We ended up in third place of the AM category. We started around like I think it was like 18th overall, and ended up in like I think it was like ninth, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
that was a very good race
Eighth.
for us.
Eighth.
Uh, very kind of eventless, honestly. It ended up we didn't really had too many issues. We just had to juggle around with um, trying to manage the overtakes, try to not lose as much time as possible. I think we probably could have done better if we had not switched tires after the first stint, but we were rather unsure if we would be able to keep control of it. But all in all, it was very well managed, and I'm really glad we both had really nice performance, stayed on the pace, and third place. A podium, it's very satisfying for a first race here.
Yeah. Well, Samuel, it's amazing to hear that you guys had no real trouble, because I think in endurance racing having an uneventful race is not that bad actually, because that means that also not as many things have gone wrong.
Yeah, overall, yeah, it's like I was commenting with Marco, my teammate, while I was ending. It was like, I mean, probably we didn't get a lot of broadcast time because we didn't really have a lot of like wheel-to-wheel racing or a lot of like events happening. I think we had like overall like only one real overtake through the entire race. But yeah, I mean, if it's an eventful, it means it was good because we brought the car home, no damage, everything just went fine. So yeah, that's a success. If all endurance races are uneventful like this, and we get a result we're happy with, so be it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Samuel, it's been amazing speaking to you. Congratulations on the podium, and we'll speak to you next time at
Thank you very
Interlagos.
much. Have a good one. See you at Interlagos.
See
Bye.
you. Well, then we'll get into our last contestant of the evening, which is our steward Marnix. Hi, sir. Welcome, Marnix.
Good evening, good evening.
Well, Marnix, first of all, thank you for making it such a clean event. We've seen a lot of things happen, but I think the stewards and everyone around you, not only you but all the other stewards, have managed that very, very well indeed.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the stewards team. They've been helping me immense. It's been amazing the last 6 hours. We've had some reports that's a lot of reports actually. We had 69 reports.
Nice.
A bit much. Really nice, yeah. A bit much in my opinion. So we have to do something about that. We'll be creating a document of the review of the last 6 hours, which we will be publishing with a full report of what we think went well and what we think should have done better. But amazing thanks goes to my steward team and Sven as well for helping me out. It's been amazing. They've been sticking with me for the whole 6 hours, and yeah, it's a big love and big thanks to them for helping me out because I couldn't have done it without them. To be honest, it's been amazing.
Yeah. Well, Marnix, we thank you again for such an amazing event, and I thank you that you've given me the chance to commentate on this. I absolutely
too.
loved it.
You too, mate. Thanks. Appreciate it.
See you, man.
See ya.
Well then, I said our last contestant would be Marnix, but we have someone else in here, someone very, very special. We've spoken to him already, but at that point they were very happy with their first position, the GTE AM class. Now they've brought it home in the GTE AM class win. Well, Lewis,
Yeah,
welcome.
It feels very strange.
Yeah, congrats,
After I got
first
in the
of all.
car and yeah, thank you. It was scary.
Well, I mean, did something happen to you guys after we've spoken? Because
Yes, I got in the car and I just wasn't on the pace like we thought I was. So I did just a single stint and then swapped back over to one of the other drivers, and it ended up working out really well. Then the Ibex Sim Racing Team 1 car didn't have enough fuel to get to the finish, and then got a slowdown as well. So it ended up that we got a really good gap to them.
Yeah.
All
Well,
thanks to tyres as well.
is it thanks to strategy you're saying?
Yeah, I think it is. It's just
Well-
everything just planned out really well.
Tell us your strategy, Jan, because now everyone can know. Tell us the winning strategy.
Double stinting on the tyres.
Okay.
It just worked really, really, really well.
Yeah, it's working well, and you're good for the environment as well.
Yeah.
Well, Lewis, it's been amazing speaking to you during the race, and
Yeah.
congrats to the whole team, to the whole Crips Racing team for bringing it home in the GTE win.
Yep, thank you. See you later.
See you in Interlagos again, buddy. Bye bye.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
Well then, that was everything for us then. Here at Platinum Racing League, it's been amazing to see this event happen. And I hope you guys will tune in for the next one as well. It's been amazing to see this 6 hours kickoff. It's been amazing to be a part of this 6 hours long as well. I thank all of you for watching. I thank the stewards team for leading this in a good way. Again, I thank all of you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I thank the drivers for participating in this, of course. It's been a great race. And until then, until the next race, we'll see you then. Bye bye.